Hello, my name is Partha Varanashi. I'm from Varanashi Development and Research Foundation and Varanashi Farms. We are in collaboration with the Discover Agriculture, bringing you a series of educational videos on farming, sustainable farming. In today's episode, let's talk about the importance of soil testing and how to collect the soil for sampling and what happens in soil testing and all the details that you get about the content that you have in your soil. So in a soil, in particular to the requirement for each plants, there are macronutrients that we need to test, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, and there are micro and secondary nutrients. So we usually check the content of zinc, boron, sulphur and iron in the soil. And apart from that, we check for organic matter and organic carbon. We also check for the electrical conductivity and a pH in the soil. For a farmer, it really makes sense for him to get his soil tested for these nutrients. To give you an example, a crop like areca nut needs a certain ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus and potash. It is said that areca nut requires for 100 parts of nitrogen, 40 parts of phosphorus and 120 to 140 parts of potash is required. So it makes sense for you to check in your farmland what are the nutrition that's already available, so that you can implement, or when you're manuring it, you are mindful of what nutrients you're providing to your farm. Apart from macronutrients, there's also the organic matter that you need to check in your soil. The organic matter helps retain moisture. It improves this soil microbiology of that area and also the macro life, such as your millipedes and other organisms. It also helps in develop the immunity of the plant. And then we have the organic carbon, or your CN ratio, which is essential for the uptake of nutrients by the plants. So with all, and electrical conductivity is the other one. Electrical conductivity is the amount of salts present in your soil. This also is essential for the nutrient uptake by the plants. The correct amount of EC is required for this. And apart from that, we also check for pH. pH should be close to neutral, and this supports all the microbiology in the soil and also helps the plants absorb these nutrients much faster. So hence, with all these things considered, doing the soil testing time to time makes real sense. So now we'll go ahead and check how to take out samples for the soil testing. Before you send these samples to the lab, you have to take the samples in a certain way, and we're going to go check for it. So there is a certain time that you have to collect the soil samples from. So make sure that the rains have stopped, and you have a good 3 months gap after the rains have stopped before you start collecting the samples. Also, the time of collection should be 3 months after you have manured the plants or fertilized your farm. So those two are the important things for the timeline. And make sure that the sample collection spot is 10 meters within the boundary of your farm. So it's well inside 10 meters in the boundary of your farm. And make sure that the place where you're taking the samples from, it has sunlight falling down over there. And also it needs to be the base. You clear the base and you take the sample from 1 feet, that's 30 centimeters, from the base of the plant. So we're just going to have a look how we do it. And we've identified this area, which is well within our farmland, and we're going to start clearing out all the organic material here. All the top stuff which is not part of the soil is removed. So that's 1 full 30 centimeter, and we're going to go there. As you can see, he's clearing out all the top soil from it. So when you're digging this, make sure you're digging straight down at 90 degrees. It should be straight down, it should be like slant. So you have to go to the depth of 20 centimeter for stage 1 and 40 centimeter for stage 2. 2 separate samples are taken. So we can take up to 6 samples per plot. One plot can be as big as 6 acres. So when you're taking samples from 6 different spots, make sure they're not in a straight line, they're in random spaces. From each sample spots, you have to take similar quantities of the sample, soil sample. Okay, so the stage 1 have to be at least 20 centimeter depth. So we have 20 centimeters from the base. Now we have dug for the samples, and these samples, soil has to be collected. So for that we need to take a very clean container, and it's important that we do the labeling properly, and the labeling will involve obviously the date, the survey number of the plot or the plot name or plot number, followed by the crop name, and followed by whether it's stage 1 or stage 2. Stage 1 is 0 to 20 and stage 2 is 20 to 40 centimeters. If it's a perennial crop like arecanut over here, you need to take both stage 1 and stage 2. And the labeling is very important. And once we have the label inside the container, we start taking the soil sample. So we finished the digging part, so it's 20 centimeter in depth, vertically 20 centimeters in depth, and we take one side and we start taking a slice of this soil, nice slice, and we start putting it in the container. Now we have made sure that the soil has come from the entirety of this this side, and we collect about 250 grams of soil and we chuck it in the basket, and make sure that from every single sample that we take from this plot, the quantity has to be 250 grams. So that's very important, because we have to mix it and get a sample of the entire plot, not just one space. Now that we have finished taking soil samples from stage 1, which is 0 to 20 centimeters depth, we're going to go to stage 2, which is from 20 centimeters to 40 centimeters depth. So how we do it is we leave a small gap between that stage 1's place, and after that we start digging again, like you see, and we're going to go total 40 centimeter depth in a measuring scale. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we've got another 20 centimeter from stage 1, so we have gone up to 40 centimeters in depth, and you can kind of see the difference in soil pattern. So this is from soil from stage 1, which is 0 to 20 centimeters, and this is from stage 2, which is from 20 to 40 centimeters. Now the reason why we need to do a stage 1 and stage 2 for perennial crops, you have the roots going as deep as 40 centimeters in perennial crops such as arecanut, and it becomes a true representation of the nutrient availability for the plants. Yeah, so similarly like the last time, we're going to scrape the edges off for that complete depth from 20 to 40 centimeters. And we also have the label ready. So we have the date, the plot number or the survey number, the name of the crop, and it says second stage, which is 20 to 40 centimeters. So this is your label. You can take up a clean pot, collect the sample. So 250 grams of that as well. So we've shown you how to take the samples from one plot, one sample area, and in a plot, in a single plot of size between 1 to 6 acres, we need to take 6 samples, and the 6 samples have to be from random spots. They shouldn't be in a linear straight line. They should be from random spots, which is again 1 feet away from the base of the plant and where usually the sunlight falls. Alright, so now we have collected 6 samples from one plot, 250 grams each, and you have the first stage, which is 0 to 20 centimeters, and the second stage 20 to 40 centimeters. So now we're going to show you how to mix them and also clean them up and also reduce the soil samples to the amount that we need for the actual testing. Now that we've got the samples, so we're going to keep it in a clean space. We're going to wipe the whole floor up and then get these samples on the floor, and so make sure we have the labeling right. So once we have it on the floor, we need to remove all these roots and stones as well. So you got to use both hands, and just when you mix it up, just take out all the stones, the roots. Mix it up. So now that we have cleaned up of all the stones and roots, we need to spread it in a circular form. So once we have done this, we have to put like a cross line, okay, and we're going to remove this out and remove the other quarter out as well. So what's remaining is our sample. So if the remaining one is excess more than 250, which is the case in here, what we're going to do, so we're going to remove this off. So we only need 250 grams of this. So again, we're going to go make a circular thing. Okay. Now this time around, take the other two sides off. Okay. And what's remaining is our sample. This is our sample, what we need for testing. And we do the same thing with the sample B, which is from 20 centimeters to 40 centimeters, and also get the 250 grams of the sample, just like we did with the stage A sample. And one more thing I forgot to mention earlier, for annual crops such as paddy, we only need to take stage A, which is 0 to 20 centimeters. We don't have to go to the deep section of the soil for the sample. Now we take a clean polythene bag which has not been used for anything else before. It needs to be clean. So make sure you take all of the sample. The sample. We take another polythene bag and we stick the label. Now the sample is ready to go to the lab for testing. So here we have the samples, the correctly taken samples from our field. Now this needs to be sent to the soil biology lab and await the results, and with that results we can plan our nutrition for our plantation better.